Welcome to Bridgeside Network. I'm Mr. Bridgeside, and this is our Tuesday music show, Bridgeside Live. We welcome Barry Lee Komitor. Barry, he's an alumni, great musician. You're in a bunch of projects. You had Bad Faces here on the show, one of your bands. Barry, welcome to the show.
Thank you so much. Appreciate
Barry,
that.
you're here to tell us a little bit about your story and play some awesome original music. And Barry, welcome back, man.
Thanks so much, Paul. It's really good to see you, and it's good to be back here. Yeah, this is, I think, my fourth time on Bridgeside. I think my second.
It's a little different
show,
this time, though.
Yeah, it's totally different. Yeah, you guys don't barbecue for us this time.
Yeah, we don't have the food and the group here hanging out after the show.
Yeah, which was always a perk. I love all you guys.
And you are actually one of the people that stay and hang longer than others. Which
oh, really?
I will give you credit. Once you make it to the porch, after we're in the back by the studio, by the fire pit, and then after the show, after that, we kind of move to the front to give my neighbors a break, and we go to the porch. Right. You're one of the porch guys. So when you make it to there, you're in a different level with us.
I take that to heart and really appreciate that because you guys are cool and I like hanging out with you.
Likewise, brother.
All your friends are good people. Yeah.
Dude, so the title of the video of the stream tonight is "It's Never Too Late to Start Your Music." So you have an interesting journey. You started trying out music, right, and not liking it. Can you tell me a little bit about your start?
I don't know so much if it was that I didn't like it. I just didn't really have a sense of what it took when I was really young, and I didn't have discipline. And I was, I don't know, like a lot of kids, I kind of just, if I wanted to do something, I wanted to do it. If I didn't, I didn't. My parents didn't really want to fight with me to get me to practice and all that stuff, and I don't blame them. So they were like, all right, whatever. And, when I wanted to try another instrument, they would let me try it. And I just didn't stick to anything. It just, I guess maybe, I don't know, part of it. And I had great teachers, and yet I didn't have teachers that were teaching me the music that I was interested in. So that's part of my thing is now I'm a teacher. Now I've gone ahead. We don't have to fast forward to that. But now as a teacher, I always try to think about what would have helped me sort of like get over that hurdle at that point,
Yeah, you've come full circle, which is pretty funny, and we'll get into it a little more, the journey. But let's start off with some music, man, and we'll get into more story. What's the first song you have for us?
This song is called Mary Lou.
Love
this is about some stuff. This is about waiting on someone. So I'll just play it and you can figure it out. All right.
Awesome.
All right. So I'm gonna take the headphones off and I'll be back with you in a moment. All right. Here we go. Mary Lou, only one thing you can do for me. Can't you see? Mary Lou, I've got $50 for the fee. Won't you please bring your special delivery? Bring your special delivery. Bring your special delivery. Bring your special delivery. Mary Lou, waited for an hour on 7th Avenue. Where were you? Mary Lou, I will meet you anywhere you tell me to. It's up to you. Bring your special delivery. 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 Bring your special delivery.
Woo! Oh yeah, the little go Bridgeside
All
at the
right,
end.
all right.
That was
Makes
nice.
me nervous being on the camera and not having anybody in the room. Like I
Well,
tell you, I get.
is this different than being in front of a lot of cameras, like with our crew?
I mean, honestly, that's also like in some ways more nerve wracking than playing in front of an audience. Even though an audience, it's you deal you're a whole other set of issues and whatever. I feel like having no audience, but knowing that you're playing to an audience is this weird disconnect, But
It's
it's still
crazy.
fun, man. I'm
You
still
don't feed
happy to
off
be
their
able to do
vibe.
it. Yeah,
Now
yeah.
imagine we've actually asked comedians. We've had a comedy show when they were just performing to our crew.
Right.
Not
I've
feeding
actually
off
mentioned that.
People thought we were crazy then, but now look, people are doing it because of
I have
quarantine.
mentioned that on other shows. I've said, man, I really feel how comedians how a comedian must feel when they're bombing, And I can't imagine how they would do it in this context,
It's crazy. Well, I want to thank you again. We have Barry Lee Komitor on the stream. Everybody, welcome to Bridgeside Live. We're going to get through some music with Barry and some of his story, which has led him to this joyous day where you can join us on the stream. Send your questions. We will get to them, everyone. We want to be interactive and engage with community with you guys. So, Barry, you started around 19, right? Really getting back into the swing of things.
Mm-hmm.
And now you've said this to me before the show. You built that guitar. You teach music. When did you start getting that flow going? What was it that triggered it?
Well, so when I was in college, I just had sort of given up on myself, and I told you a story before about how I had a bass guitar that I didn't really know how to play that I brought from high school, and I got to college, and the end of freshman year, I figured I'd play it. I learned how to play it. At the end of freshman year, I hadn't learned how to play it, and the only thing I knew how to do with it was throw it off the balcony and smash it, which I now feel ashamed about, but whatever. It broke something open. Nonetheless, I then went that summer to London, and I was like a waiter and a bartender in London, and sort of on a work visa, and I worked across the street from all the music stores. It's called Denmark Street. It's like what 48th Street used to be in New York, and at this bar, and it was really cool. Because it was sort of a rock and roll street, but I'd get out of work and everything was closed. But all these music stores had these beautiful guitars, like they had the pink paisley guitars, like it was the '60s revival, And I was just like, wow, those are the coolest looking things I've ever seen. And what's wrong with me? I've had every opportunity. I should be able to operate one of those machines. And finally, when I sort of got a few dollars together, I went in. I didn't buy one of the fancy paisley ones. I bought like a regular El Cheapo acoustic guitar that was a terrible guitar, but it got me started. And then over the years, I've just been hungry for it. I think I always attributed how hungry I am for it to the fact that, like, hungry for knowledge, hungry for information, hungry for the different aspects of music, because it wasn't something that either came as easily to me or that I got into earlier in life. So I've always been sort of playing catch up. And as a result, now I've been playing catch up for 30-something years, and so I've caught up to some things,
Were your family or your parents musical?
So my dad's a pretty good whistler. No, my parents loved to have a good time when I was growing up. My parents loved music, and they loved, my mom used to throw events. My dad was just like, they loved to dance. My dad finally sang many, many years later for my mother at an anniversary event. But no, they weren't. My dad had always wanted to play drums, but they didn't have any, it just wasn't the way that they went. Gotcha. So they sort of, on one hand were really excited about it for me, and on the other hand didn't know what to do with me.
Well, you had to discover it for yourself, as most do. You can grow up with it in your family and just come natural, but maybe not mean as much. But now you've come out of a real organic place, and now it's kind of been a big part of your whole life journey, it seems, right?
I mean, it's kind of become more of my life than I ever expected it to be. It's most of my life. I mean, I play
You teach,
music.
right?
It's what I do for fun. It's what I do for work. I teach music. So I work for a nonprofit called Art for Progress. Very excited. I didn't tell you this before, but this weekend I just got 2 grants, both of which I helped write, that are for the programs that I designed and put together. We got a $10,000 grant
Wow.
and another $17,500 grant to help us get over like the COVID stuff, to help us get through the summer and to prepare for whatever next year is going to look like school-wise.
That's amazing.
So yeah, I'm really, really proud of that. I'm really excited about that. I really wasn't expecting. I was told we weren't really going to get most of that money, and it all came through. I was like, wow, that's amazing. So
Fantastic. That's awesome. Congratulations. That's a
thanks.
beautiful thing.
I'm gonna try to see if I can. One of the things I may try to do is make sure I make instruments available to people that can't get them, like to kids out in the school system that can't get them. So
Well, you let us know, and
try to
we'll
do
help
that.
support that. We're all
I would
about that.
appreciate that. That would be very helpful.
Absolutely.
Cool.
I'd love to go into a next song.
Okay.
Let me know about that because we're all about supporting artists here at Bridgeside. And Barry, thank you for all you do, man. You do a great service to the community.
Thanks, Paul. Appreciate it.
What's this next song called?
This song is called 10 Men. And this song's a song that I wrote for a buddy of mine when he was going through a really rough time. And I had flown out west to go see if I could, I didn't know what to do, honestly. I just went out there to just be like, hey, man, hopefully it'll be okay, I was just afraid he wasn't going to hang in there. Like he was just thinking about not being on this planet anymore. And fortunately, I talk to him almost every day still. He's still around. And this is a song. I don't even know if he ever listened to this song. This is a song that I wrote for him for his birthday when I got that.
Awesome.
Okay, here we go. Today, my friend, you celebrate another trip around the sun. I know you've seen some time, somewhat lost and some hard won. But what I wish for you and me in this moment of uncertainty, that you can see your trip has just begun. Well, you've been all around this world, known love and war and loss. For every lesson purchased, you paid twice the cost. The things you have to tell, no man should need to hear. But the tolling of the bells as ever draws you near. And those who've known you true have been touched forevermore. In ways we don't quite understand, feel down to the core. Let's not forget you lived through what should have killed 10 men. But I sincerely hope that I see you again. Well, I know you're hurting bad, and on top of that you're scared. But nothing ever made a man that didn't test his fears. So leave behind what you don't need and be that simple man. Cause none of us can truly know the plan. Yeah, and those who've known you true have been touched forevermore. In ways we don't quite understand, but feel down to the core. Let's not forget you lived through what should have killed 10 men. And I sincerely hope that I see you again. Yeah, I sincerely hope that I see you again.
Bow, bow. Awesome.
I forgot to take my headphones off. But,
Oh, it's good.
What are you going to do?
It's good we hear you good, nice and clear.
Yeah.
Yeah, man. We have a question from Vernon Griffith. How would you describe your genre of sound? I think this is a hard question for a lot of artists that don't want to be kind of pigeonholed into a genre. But if you had to describe yourself, what would you say?
Well, listen, genre delineations are about people trying to figure out how to get the right music to the right people. You could say it's about sales, and that's true,
Yeah.
but that sort of undercuts it and says, oh, it's a commercial consideration. I'm not against genre. I just try not to limit myself to one. I'm a rock and roll guy. I come from rock and roll. That's the music that I loved growing up. I also love, I mean, I've been doing the post your favorite albums and whatever. I mean, Fat Boys and Run DMC and Curtis Blow and like, I mean, I've been New York, I mean, I grew up in Jersey, but my parents are from Brooklyn, and I've been influenced by all the music in New York and beyond for my whole life. Springsteen, I was a Jersey kid, so that was really a big influence on me. But even Billy Joel, but then all the big bands from England, all that stuff. So to me, I try to be a deliverer of songs, and I don't really like the whole singer songwriter. That sort of is a genre, and I don't like to be relegated to that. So I would say American roots music. And if you want American roots rock to make it sound a little bit more modern, even though that's not very modern. But man, I make all kinds of electronic music. I make music. I might sound like I only listen to music from the 20s and 30s, but that is not true. I also do Best Part by her and Daniel Caesar.
So. Oh, nice.
Yeah, and what's the other one? Love on the Brain is a favorite.
Oh, yeah. You said this in your response just now, but you're from Brooklyn, or your family's from Brooklyn originally, and you moved to Jersey. We're based in Bay Ridge, Brooklyn.
Yeah.
You were born in Bensonhurst?
No, I was I was born on Staten Island.
Oh.
And then I grew up in Canarsie for the first few years of my life.
Okay.
Yeah, and then so I was adopted. So my parents at the time lived in Bensonhurst and Coney Island, or maybe Manhattan Beach and Bensonhurst at the time. So my dad's family lived in Manhattan Beach. My mom's family was originally Williamsburg, then moved to Bensonhurst. And yeah, they're Coney Island kids, you know what I mean? Like cool. Necking under the boardwalk and all that stuff, whatever.
Awesome.
Yeah.
For all you people that aren't from New York and don't know all these names of towns we're saying, we're talking, except for Staten Island's its own thing. We're talking about different areas of Brooklyn.
We're talking Brooklyn.
Coney Island, Williamsburg, Manhattan Beach. Mm-hmm. I'm in Bay Ridge. Bensonhurst is real close, but people know Coney Island. I think that's kind of common.
Well, and Bridgeside, by the way, connecting all of this, right, is the Verrazano Bridge, which Bridgeside is named after.
Yes.
One of the earliest memories of my life is the Verrazano Bridge. Is the name Verrazano Bridge? Is going over the Verrazano Bridge to go from Jersey once we had moved to Jersey, across Staten Island, across to the Gothals, and then across Verrazano into Brooklyn to go down the Bell Parkway to go to Manhattan Beach and see my nephew.
Awesome. It's a beautiful bridge, and that's why we fashioned our logo off of it. Yeah. If you see it above, it's a play on the bridge, Verrazano. Very cool. Yes. I like that. We have a Verrazano reference on this show.
I liked it because when I saw it, I knew what it was, and I was like, "Oh my god! I bet nobody knows what that is."
A lot of people don't know. People just assume Brooklyn Bridge,
right?
But exactly. Definitely not. All right, we're gonna get back into some music here. What do you got for us next, buddy?
Next song I have is one that I've played on the show most of the times that I've played here. This is called "Between Us Two." I don't really know. I can't really say what it's about. It's just kind of like, it's about how I guess you can never really fulfill the expectations of somebody that you're in some kind of relationship with. I don't even mean a love relationship. I mean anybody,
Yeah.
Yeah. All right. You ready?
Oh, yeah.
I'm going to take my headphones off for this one.
Okay.
All right. How's my hair? Let's get a little phaser going on. I was the best I can, just for a moment. Look at the mess I'm in. It's just like you told me I would see. It's all on me. One for the times we had, one that was broken. So many things we said were never spoken, broken in two. Between me and you, it could be better, I would say, just before I threw it away. When I look back, and when the hour of aching wakes me from the places I can fly, and then the time of taking drains me till I bleed.
Oh. Well, it really sucks because that was in the best part of the song. We just lost him somehow. I'm going to play a video while we get him back. Go Bridgeside. This is when his band came on the show.
It looks like we'll be up here another day. I guess things just turned out this way. The weather turned and Florida's looking worse and worse. I suppose it's just as well, much as I love that living here. Complications, don't you see? Maybe grounding all the fleet. This could finally be the fiery end of me. Down below, there's so much chaos and confusion. Problems beating down solutions.
Off? Or are we playing still?
You cut out, but you're back now.
Oh, see, I thought I might have cut out, but I just kept playing the song.
Take it from that chorus. We got you back in.
You got me back in? All
yeah.
Right, well,
I immediately played the song from when you were on.
Oh, okay. Should I start the song again and tune the guitar then? Or should I just skip and do the next? I don't know.
Tune your guitar. We'll keep playing the song. Keep playing the song here. Whoop. All right, so this song.
We're just trying to figure this remote stuff out, folks.
Well, nothing's perfect when you're conferencing people in. That's the problem.
All right, should I do the second half of the song, or what do you want to do? I don't know.
I think while we're playing this video, we should just talk about this right now.
Oh, cool.
Just skip to this, and we can.
All right, so I wanted to say something about this song. I was telling Paul before, I was on Instagram and I saw a contest that it said, tell the story of your song. And if we like it, we'll post it on our website, on music.com. And we'll send you, send you some money and maybe we'll use your song for something, whatever. And lo and behold, I sent in the story of the song and they used it and they're sending me money, or they sent me money actually. Which is very cool. So if you want to see the story of this song, look it up on music.com.
That's amazing. You've had some good luck lately with some.
Lately, I have.
Knock on wood right there. Keep it going.
Thanks for pointing that out to me, Paul, because I'm just like everybody else. I'm having a hard time with this, and sitting here talking to you and sort of listing all of the the positive things that have gone on definitely helps.
I think it's easy to focus on the negative, but I always have been a person that likes to look at the positive side of things. Call me Mr. Brightside or Bridgeside or whatever you want to say, but that's
Had to get that in
how
there.
I am.
One more time.
That's how I try to. You know, my parents are like that, so that's why I'm like the way I am, I guess.
That's awesome, man.
But hey, man, when you guys came, this was the second time with the full band. There was a different arrangement of people, but now you're kind of updating, huh?
Yeah, well, we actually lost Brian. Brian left the band after a festival that we did with him. And
How dare he?
nah, wherever he's booked us since then. We're all friends, whatever.
No,
we were on a different page in terms of what we were trying to do. So it's cool. It's all love. And everybody else is still in there. And now we've also had one of my former students, Terrell Jackson, who's an amazing guitar player, piano player, just fantastic kid who's joined the band. But we were about to do like 2 gigs right before everything got shut down. So hopefully that'll come together soon. Everybody's working on their own stuff for now,
So are you a 5-piece still?
Yes.
So you started as 3-piece. You came as a solo set the first time. Then you brought your 3-piece.
Yeah, I'm growing
brought
it.
the
I'm growing
5-piece.
it. What, you have room for the horn section? You have to get a bigger. You have to get a bigger garage.
we have had an 8-piece with horn section for sure.
Yeah, I bet.
We put platforms
I think
in
I've
the
seen
studio.
that. I think I've
Yeah,
seen
we
that.
put platforms in the studio to accommodate.
Yeah.
But yeah, man, this is a great song. I'm sorry, cut off in the middle of that awesome
It's
breakdown.
okay. That's how it goes.
So you essentially kept playing, didn't realize it cut out, but then it tapped back
I
in
saw
somehow.
that it was blank, and I was like, well, I don't know if it's done, if it's out or not. But if it's not, then I don't want to stop.
You know what?
And
That's called
and
a
then I saw you
consummate
come back,
professional
and then
right there.
Thanks. I was also tying my shoes while I was playing. No.
That's great.
Yeah.
Well, this is one of my favorite songs, Space Vacation.
Thanks, man. Me too. That was one of those ones. Sometimes a song takes a long time to write and you labor over it, and this one definitely evolved. But the initial 90% of it came in like 20 minutes.
That's awesome. It normally happens that way, right?
A lot of the time.
The best inspiration just comes boop out of nowhere.
I mean, we'd all like to think that the best songs are like that, and some of them are, and I have a few like that. But I have other ones that I love that I had to work at. So I don't like to make it one or the other,
So what's the difference? Like, do you feed off of other musicians? Was that part of your journey too? Like figuring out that you
100%.
want to get back into music, and was it a solo endeavor, or was it I need to have the accompaniment to get into it?
Well, I wanted to be part of that whole sort of like rock and roll world. I wanted to, it all seemed very fun from the perspective of like lifestyle, but also like, music. It's just like nothing else. I would get close to a live band. I mean, as growing up and in high school and college, one of my favorite things to do is go see live bands, like out in the Village, East Village, whatever. And I would get giddy. I would get like dorky giddy when I was close to actual instruments and music. And I was like, I can't. There's nothing else that makes me feel that way except for some girls,
That's awesome.
Yeah.
Well, the song's wrapping up. Beautiful song. And we have a question from Rob on Facebook. Rob, the name of the band is Bad Faces.
Yes.
This is Barry Lee Komitor, the head man of the band. And he's playing a couple songs from that show on this.
Wait a minute, you just said Headman.
Headman?
Headman, that's great, because in the original Bad Faces, what we're named after, remember I told you the whole story about that?
Yeah.
The leader of that was referred to as the Headman. He wasn't called the Chief or anything else. He was the Headman. So that's perfect.
Funny.
Yeah.
Look at that. So, Barry, I think we should get into another song. I don't know if you want to play that last breakdown, because that part's funky. But that's up to you.
What, the last song?
Yeah, that's the part where the drums, like everything gets really groovy.
But there's no drums. We don't have.
I know.
Drums.
I'll play right here.
All right. No, you know what? Let's continue on so that I have time to get through the songs that I want to get through. And
what do we got next,
If
baby?
we have time, I'll go back to it, because I only have 4 more left.
Okay.
Right.
So what do we got next?
All right. So the next song is called Glue. This song is a doo-wop song. I wrote it. I wrote it as an anniversary gift for my parents for I don't know what year, but like they've been married over 50 years now. Um,
God bless.
and because they're like I said, they're from the boardwalk. It's doo-wop music. So this is a little bit of a love letter to Brooklyn.
Cool.
All right.
Yeah.
So here we go. Okay. 1, 2, 1, 2, 3, 4. Your love is the glue that keeps the pieces together, makes one out of two. I hope it lasts forever, but if it started to break, well, you know just what it takes, 'cause your love is the glue. Ooh, ooh, ooh. Love is the glue, and when it's cracked and brittle, or shaky and loose, you can always add a little. But if it started to break, well, you know just what it takes. Yeah, and if it started to break, well, you know just what it takes, 'cause ooh, 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 love is the blue. Ooh, ooh, ooh.
It's a classic.
It's better with the rest of the chord at the end there with the rest of the band.
That's a classic ending right there.
Thanks. It's fun with the harmonies because we really try to go for like the do. I have the do.
Yeah. Do the new guys do backup?
Yeah. Everybody sings. Nick,
great.
the bass player, like he sings, but often on the gig he's like, I don't know. Maybe I'll just focus on the bass, but he sings great. So like we're building it.
That's
Ethan,
awesome.
the drummer's got songs of his that we're doing. Did we do one of his songs last time? We did, right? Did he sing one?
I think he did. Yeah.
Yeah. Sad Thing. That's it. I heard he's got another one. I haven't heard it yet. I'm excited.
Awesome. So the first time he came, he had long hair, and then the last time he had a crew cut.
Yeah.
So
Now I
vastly-
think he's got a crew cut now. He's funny. He looks different every time.
I'm like that too.
I am too. I'm too. My
Gotta
dad
keep
is
life
always like,
interesting,
I don't
you know?
Yeah.
It gets boring.
Yes.
It gets boring.
True that. And I can't grow dreadlocks anymore. So, and it's
What'd you
not
say?
cool. And I said I can't grow dreadlocks anymore. It's not cool anyway. So.
So awesome. So we took you, the viewer, through a lot of Barry's stories, starting not really full on into music. It took him until his late teens to get there. Discovered he loves it now. He's building guitars. He's a teacher. You teach high school students, right?
I do. Yes.
So the ironic thing about your life is you didn't want to necessarily get into the hard work of learning, but now you teach people to do that. That's pretty
well, because
awesome.
look, because I tried to fake it until I made it, and I
Yeah.
found out that that I don't know, bullshit. You wear bullshit on your sleeve, man. Like people can see that shit a mile away, and I wasn't bullshit in my heart. Like I really felt the music, and I really wanted to. I felt like I knew what good music sounded like. I just didn't have the skills, and I started late, so I faked it for a while, and then I was like, man, I had somebody actually straight challenge me, like asked me, and I didn't know at the time. He was the father of a friend of mine, And I didn't know at the time he was a music critic for the LA Times. But
Oh,
he was
really?
like, hey, did you ever think about going and studying music formally? And I was like, well, no, I had a bad experience studying art, and I'm kind of doing it my own way. But he was like, oh, well, maybe that's a confidence problem. And I was like, excuse me, sir?
Called you right
Yeah.
out.
Yeah, he was like, well, I paraphrased this so many times over the years. I love this. He said, do you think that the spark of your creativity is so dim and that the thread of your originality is so fragile that to go to school to learn the tools to expand upon it is going to take it away from you?
Wow.
And I didn't say nothing.
Boom.
Yeah.
Wow. It's pretty awesome, actually.
Yeah.
You remember it verbatim, huh?
I mean, I don't know if that was verbatim, but I've repeated that line so many, like the way that he said it was so
It has
eloquent
become
that
now
I
verbatim.
became that. Yeah,
Yeah.
exactly.
That's amazing. That's pretty cool. You know, there's always those impressionable moments in your life as a human, not just as an artist, but that kind of you can remember as like the transition point for me to do something different or my thought process changing.
Mm-hmm.
You know, it's really interesting
Yes.
to look back and reflect on yourself.
It is, and that's what this next song is going to do right
Oh,
now.
what a segue. I didn't even know. What's the next song called?
I swear, as soon as you started talking after that last song, I was like, he's doing the perfect like lead up.
You know, it's sometimes, I don't know if it's because I'm a fantastic host or I'm just lucky. It just happens sometimes. It's serendipitous.
Yeah.
I'll go with the lucky.
Yeah. Oh, I'll go with fantastic host for now. All right.
Thank you. Good
All right. So this song is called The Right Road. And this is about, I guess by calling it The Right Road, I'm acknowledging how often in my life I have questioned whether that's where I was. So that's kind of what this is about is finding yourself where you are and trying to figure out what you're doing there. Okay. I don't like my G string right now.
That's what she said.
There you go. All right.
Cool.
All right. Oh, I just want to point out, so I'm going to start the song by saying I came to the city and I just explained to y'all that I'm basically from this area. I am, but I spent 10 years in California. When I graduated from college, I moved to California for 10 years and thought I would never come back. And yeah, I came back. All right, here we go. Well, I came to the city with hubris and ideas. No one likes a smart-ass silly punk. Had jobs I won't admit to. If you ask, I'll say I made it up. And in the little hours I rode the train home drunk. Somehow, and much to my surprise, I found some steady work, teaching kids the guitar and the drums. An opera singer taught me how to use my voice at 40. Now I can sing some sweet and pretty runs. Which seems to me I must be on the right road, 'cause no other road I know will let me pass. I've crept down the back roads and hightailed it down the highways, and more times than I can count, run out of gas. Well, it's true I had my heart broke, but at least I let it happen. Young love is a narrow edge to tread. Besides, it helps to be alone if you're riding for the lonesome, and they always listen better than the rest. A new school called to take me on. I signed up sight unseen. The situation nearly blew my fuse. And honestly, I did deploy some language less than clean. But man, that was a job I had to lose. Well, it seems to me I must be on the right road, 'cause no other road I know will let me pass. I crept down the back road and hitchhiked down the highway. Some more times than I can count, run out of gas. Well, now I know I must be on the right road, 'cause no other road I know will let me pass. I'm living the low life, hung up on the high road, and I hope to God I find my way at last. Yeah, I hope to God I find my way at last. Well, I hope to God I find my way at last.
And the crowd goes wild.
That's my newest one right there.
Nice.
I know it doesn't sound, it's like it's so, I kind of was like, I'm writing a song, I'm not going to think too hard about the chords. I'm just going to write some chords, just going to see where the story takes it,
Have you written a lot in quarantine?
I've written some lyrics, and I've been working on what I've been doing is, when the situation changed and schools got locked down, I work in schools. So we immediately, the nonprofit that I work for, and this is part of how we got those grants, is we immediately just, bobbed and weaved, and we're like, okay, you know what we're going to do? And I have to give thanks to my friend Franklin, who was my aide for my after-school program. He and Frank Jackson, who are who's the head of the organization, like sort of came up with this on the phone. They're like, you know what we should do? We should start a YouTube channel and put up a bunch of instructional videos in all of the aspects of music that we were going to address, in the programs that we were doing. And so we have, I think, like there are almost 90 videos that we've done.
Wow.
So far. And
are they short?
Some of them are 3 minutes, some of them are 25 minutes. One of them is me building
That's a lot of output.
I built another guitar, not this one, but a solid body, and I filmed the whole thing from opening the box and then edited it down to like a feature length.
Wow.
So nobody's going to want to watch the whole thing.
You'd be surprised.
Right. Yeah. I watch videos of people building their guitars. That's how I learned how to do half the stuff. So.
Those are the best kind of videos to search on YouTube, is watching someone do something you're interested in.
Yeah.
Or you're going to learn from. How-to videos are the number one video on the internet.
Yeah. Wait, I feel like I had a point. What was the original question that you asked me?
Have you been creating music?
Oh, creating, right. So yeah, I'm doing all that. I've been doing a lot of that stuff, right? And that's been very creative. And I haven't really written a lot of new music. I've done a bunch of shows. And I also have been working on a track of one of the songs the song that I'm gonna play next, in fact.
What's that song called?
It's called I See Now. And because I don't have my band with me and they don't all have like proper recording gear at their houses, what I did is I decided to go Beatles on it and use the studio as a tool. And I ended up playing all the drums, the bass, the guitars, pianos, organs, and then I got into doing horns and strings, and I started just building stuff up.
That's
I
sweet.
even play harmonica on it. So I'm working on getting the vocals to be as good as I like the track, and hopefully I'll be sharing that with people soon.
I'm excited to hear it.
But until then, here's a version for you. Is that cool? Or did you want to?
So it's very cool. Go for it, baby.
All right. Here we go.
This is your show, Barry.
Yeah. All right. Cool. No, it's really your show, and you're great at it. So I want to give respect to that, and thank you for being an awesome host. And here's my song. All right. Here we go. I see now the same mistakes before. Every generation in its turn. And I see now why you thought I'd never learn. And I see now how I feel in anger rule, while the best intentions die in vain. And I see now why you had aboard that train.
I can fix it all, go over it again, but hindsight passes right through all the vein. Signs I caught too late, or didn't read, and ones I caught too late, sent me here to where the road begins to fade. And I see now when you're not sure, you recall, as you take a beat to fabricate the truth. And I see now all the stains of wasted youth. And I see now that the cages in our minds are where we serve our time. And I see now how I like to up in mine. I can fix it all, go over it again, but hindsight passes right through all the vein. Signs I caught too late, ones I didn't heed, sent me here to where the road no longer leads. Sometimes it seems like the planning committee on high is taking lunch. The lions and the lambs all getting it on. I've been every different kind of blind there is to be, but now I see. Well, I see now that the flames that used to fight can also burn the light. And I see now that the darkness only yields a fleeting glimpse, and I ain't seen nothing since. Man, I learned something every time I play one of my songs. I swear, like that whole thing that I was talking about learning.
Yeah.
All the while, the whole time, I wish I remembered it when I was done, but all the while I'm learning about what not to do. You know? Hopefully I'm giving you a good song.
Well, the more you do things you make, you learn more about what not to do while doing those things you made.
Yep. True that.
I think I said that right. I like that song. I feel like I've heard that before, though. Maybe it was rehearsal, or you playing it while I was.
You had said that you had that on a list on that, so maybe we tried.
Oh yeah,
playing
you did
that
play.
In the last...
I was like, yeah, this feels familiar. I'm jamming.
We played that a few times, and
I still right now.
I still don't feel like we've played it because I'm still learning how to play it and how it goes and sort of deciding things. But we've been doing that, which is not what I usually. We've been doing that like OTJ, so that's cool.
Well, I'm glad you brought it back. We got a question from Danimal710 on or Danimal. I don't know how he likes to say it on YouTube. Any plans for a Lerv Fest reboot in 2021?
Oh my gosh! Look, if they open the world,
it's kind of a hard thing to answer, right?
Yeah, I tell you what, the Lerv Fest is more needed and more important than ever, because the Lerv Fest was when. We did that when Trump was elected, all right? And I'm not going to go into politics or how I feel about that, but I just felt like there was a lot of hate going around. And I felt like there was a lot of vitriol, and I felt like we needed to remember that it wasn't about who's running us, it's about how we treat each other. So Absolutely. I did a whole show of all love songs, mostly covers, like 16 songs or something like that, with different guests on everything else. And it was like this whole production was like the last waltz. I never did anything like that before, and it was the most fun thing. And then I ended up having like an existential
like breakthrough and crying later and like all this. It was beautiful. Yeah.
I love that sentiment. It's all about how we treat each other. It's not about everything going on. We get so wrapped up in that stuff. This channel, my whole part of the purpose of this channel is to have a community where we don't talk about religion or politics, and we can go back to just treating people right and have entertainment surrounding that, so we can bring people together. It's kind of my whole thing, and not that I don't have a perspective.
Me too, man.
Not that I don't have a perspective of what's going on in the world, because I do. But I'm never going to share that with you on the stream. But you know why? Because I respect everybody. There's a level of respect that's been lost. And it's funny because when we tell the crew here not to talk about stuff, especially when guests come, it's like, no, this is the vibe, because we all come from different walks of life. We're all different races. Everybody in our crew, everyone has different perspectives. We have people on both sides. But you know what? We all love each other. And I wish the world had a little bit of the Bridgeside crew in them, and just the vibe here. And I'm
Listen, man, I have friends across the political, religious, whatever spectrum. Like I love the people I love, and all of them are special to me just the same way. It's like unfortunately we've kind of got our priorities out of order. It seems like. So if we can at least put that in the forefront, I think we could figure everything else out.
I 1,000% agree. And Marlo Beckman said, yes, love and music, baby, with the little emojis for love and music.
Marlo Beckman is awesome and makes awesome music. And thank you, Marlo.
Marlo, thank you for coming on. Yeah, man, I'm all about that. Spread that love, spread that music, and take care of each other. We're reaching the end of the show here, man.
I only have one more tune for you.
Got one more.
I could fit two, but I'd also be happy to talk. I like
we could talk for a while.
Yeah,
we could talk for a while, but
let me do one more and then see how we feel. This is the Old Boys. This is kind of my close thing I have to a greatest hit because I play it a lot because it seems really accessible to people. This is a song about more sort of my journeys out in the West Coast in the land of the Grateful Dead. I don't know if a lot of my friends or a lot of people that know me even know that the Old Boys is actually a nickname that we used to use for the Grateful Dead. Like I was in a community the Grateful Dead was so central in that we didn't even have to name the band or anything like that, like the Old Boys, So that's what this is about. Interestingly, I have an interesting piece of information about this song. So, are you familiar with the podcast Disgraceland?
I am not.
So Disgraceland is about all the misbehaving of our musical heroes and all that stuff.
Yes.
And they did 2 episodes on Kurt Cobain and Courtney Love.
Interesting.
And in part of discussing Courtney Love's influence on Kurt Cobain, they talked about the Grateful Dead's influence on her and her family, and they couldn't use Grateful Dead music, so they licensed Bad Faces music, this song, and this stood in as the vibe of the Grateful Dead for the Disgraceland podcast,
amazing.
which is apparently one of the top podcasts in the country. So I was really psyched about that because this is my snapshot of that in my mind. So, yeah.
That's amazing. Really quick, Marlo commented, request, what makes one man do right by another man? Is that a song?
Well, it's called Worse Than Defeat. But Marlo was actually one of the people waiting impatiently for me while I was driving around in the Rocky Mountains in a pickup truck writing that song. So she deserves to hear that one. But I'll tell you what, if we can get into the Old Boys, I'll see if I can fit that one in quickly.
All right.
Do we have time or should? No, I don't think I have time for both.
Well, let's talk after Old Boys.
Okay. All right. Here we go. Let me hurry up and put my capo on then. Marlo, I will try. If not,
I have a date with the Bridgeside crew after this.
All right.
We do a Zoom call with the team since we can't meet for the show.
All right. Well, here we go. Quickly. There you were, standing on the corner of Front Street, and the back roads pay me no mind. I'm just a traveler from another time, coming back for what I left behind.
I knew you when the old boys were just a jug band on the highland. That was a lie. But I remember how you used to shine. I guess that's why they say that love is blind. Rolling down the road in the back of a pickup, talking about the future like it's never gonna be one. We'd keep playing till Orion packed it in with a sigh. Reckon me will, just keep me right where we left off. When you moved on, what did you find? I bet it's what you lost in even time. It seems you get back what you give in kind. Rolling down the road in the back of a pickup truck, looking for the perfect place where we could just pull over and sing the blues all night long. La, 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 la. La, 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 here I am, standing in the middle of Front Street, like an asshole. And you can hear the sirens in the background. You know it's authentic New York City music.
I actually don't hear it from.
Oh, really? It's coming loud. On every recording,
there you go.
every single recording I have, you can hear sirens somewhere.
Pay me no mind. Pay them no mind.
Yep.
There you go.
All right. Well, do I have time to do that song, or should we talk for
you,
minutes?
Barry? Anything? I already told Marlo that it's happening.
Oh, Paul, you're the best. And I tell you what, she's right, because I did this song the other night, so I didn't think of it and whatever. But this song is really the message that I want to send out more than anything else. So this song, it sounds like a little religious at first. It's not. It just mentions God, but it's really about us being responsible for how we treat each other.
That's all.
Okay.
Yeah, it definitely made sense for what we were just talking about. What's it called again? Because I'm going to put in the graphic.
I call it Worse Than Defeat. Now, that's a weird name. Doesn't really tell you. You know, I'm meant to be cryptic, but Worse Than Defeat is kind of like, I just mean like, there's stuff that's worse than defeat. Like winning ill-gotten gains are worse.
Mm-hmm.
You're going to suffer more than losing. That's kind of what I'm trying to say. I really hate explaining what I mean, but sometimes I guess it's...
I like it.
All right. Cool. Like you said, for you, Paul, anything. All right, so can I start?
Oh, yeah.
All right, here we go. And for you, Marlo. God made the Pharaoh, the Hebrews and the Greeks. God made the angels. Yes, and God made the beast. God made the mountains. God made the air. God made the clouds, the oceans and the sea. God can make one man do right to another man. God made the rivers. fishes and the birds. That's God that's responsible for every sound you ever heard. God made the mountains, God made the air, God made the clouds, the oceans and the sea. God can make one man do right to another man. Well, every man got his own motivation. Lord knows we all gotta eat, but each one of us got to choose his confrontation. 'Cause there's one fate much, much worse than defeat. God made the people, the planets and the sun. Not everybody loves God. God loves everyone. God made the mountains. God made the air. God made the clouds, oceans and the sea. God can make one man do right to another man. Do right. Do right. Do right. Do right. Do right. All right, I forgot where I was for a second. Yeah.
Woo, that was awesome. I like that song a lot.
Thanks, man. Thanks. So,
That was a nice
Marlo,
I like that. I like getting on that a little better.
Yeah, right
That was
on.
a nice vibe there, man. I like that one.
Cool. Well, like I said, I'm not bluegrass. That's not bluegrass. I don't know. People are like, "Oh, you play bluegrass." I'm like, no. I mean, I try, like with the other bluegrass players.
Marlo is clapping with emojis. Everyone out there is clapping with emojis.
Nice.
Another great show, Barry. So nice having you, man. Where can people go find you on social media? And website.
You can look at on the Bad Faces. We have a Facebook page and Bad Faces Music Instagram, and we have badfacesmusic.com is our website. Probably needs a little overhaul, and also my name right there, Barry Lee Komitor or Barry Komitor. Take out the Lee, and that's my personal page, and that's where I'm most active as a person. Yeah. I'm a
awesome,
personal
Barry.
guy. Yeah.
Thanks again for having us. Thanks again for coming. Thanks for letting
You're
us
welcome,
have
Paul.
you.
I'm happy to have you anytime.
Have me anytime, baby.
Yeah.
Guys, that was Barry Lee Komitor. Go follow him. And while you're at it, follow us, Bridgeside.
Yeah,
we support
Bridgeside,
artists.
and contribute to Bridgeside. You guys are the best.
And Barry is going to let us know about what's going on with your fundraiser and what's going on with supporting people with instruments in this time of need.
Yeah.
I'm all about
also,
that.
I'm doing a free guitar lesson on Porch Stomp on the Facebook page for Porch Stomp, if that's okay to say. It's a lesson. If you want to learn how to play like fingerstyle blues, like old school 30s fingerstyle blues. I'm doing a lesson. You can look that up on Facebook on the Porch Stomp page.
Awesome.
Yeah.
Thank you, Barry.
Yeah.
Thank you for watching. Again, go follow, like all that good stuff. Bridgeside, Barry Lee Komitor, Bad Faces, and Barry, can you give me a little outro music, and then you can hit the strum, and then I'll go to the Bridgeside
Yeah.
at the end? I did this last night. It was good. It's a great job, everybody. Thank you for coming. We love you. We'll see you next week, Tuesday at 7 o'clock, here on Bridgeside Live, where we love supporting creators, building community, and we give you production help so you can start rolling. Bridgeside Network. Goodbye, everybody.
Bye.
Go Bridgeside.